Red was already shooting, but Stealth took the time to turn off his display. Instead of a room full of enemy targets, all he saw was his partner, the cloud of dust, and 3 people huddled in the corner. Movement flashed, and he registered a 4th person who came swinging in from his right. At least he hadn't been wrong about something feeling off with the mission, he thought as the large technician plowed into him. Thanks to the exosuit and its enhanced abilities, he resisted the attack, but the hit did cause him to drop his rifle. One man was down, and Red was moving on another, shots ringing out. Then a hand was reaching for Stealth's rifle. Still wrapped in combat with the first attacker, Stealth let his training and enhanced speed and strength take over. When the man pulled back for a punch, Stealth moved to the outside of it, caught the incoming arm, and twisted it around before kicking out the man's knee with a loud pop. The hand was on his rifle now, so he slammed his attacker into the nearby wall head first and spun to get his weapon back. But the hand belonged to a young teenage girl. She had the rifle, but was unsuccessfully trying to lift it. Without the genetic enhancements of PD, that would be tough. Tears in her eyes, she was staring at the now unconscious man on the floor. "The hell did you do to my dad?" she yelled, then pulled the trigger even without the gun fully raised. A 4-round burst shot out, 3 rounds planting in the floor and 1 going on to ricochet around the room and off Red's body armor. Red turned to fire on her in retaliation, but Stealth leaped, knocking him sideways. As soon as he'd recovered, he turned back to the girl, reached her in 2 strides, and snatched away the Destiny's Destroyer assault rifle, DD-4, as they called it. "Cease fire!" he shouted to Red, then pulled up the comms in his helmet. "Stand down, all teams stand down. We've been had." "Negative on that," Captain Leghorn's scratchy voice replied. "All teams, prepare for new assignments." "What the hell's going on?" "Sergeant, you were not given authorization to shut down your helmet during combat," the captain replied, reminding Stealth why he disliked the man so. "Luckily for us, Red follows orders. Even more luckily for us, everything's going to plan. Now, stand by for orders." Stealth looked back at the girl, kneeling beside her father now. He was awake, at least, which was more than could be said for the worker Red had put a bullet in. Damn it, what kind of horror storm was this? "New coordinates incoming," the captain said. "Proceed." "Roger that," Red said, having recovered and now glaring at Stealth with his mask raised. Cutting off comms, he added, "Stick to the program, hotshot," then slammed his mask back on and headed for the far door. They moved through the door and into the next corridor, an empty hallway with eerie yellow lights flashing overhead. Metal beams ran across the side of the walls, with empty patches revealing the hallways on each side. Likely under construction, and just as likely to never be fully completed, as was the case with much of this station. Money was better used for military expansion and defenses, even if extraterrestrial life hadn't actually been discovered yet. And since Earth had begun diverting large amounts of its resources into terraforming, the space stations weren't receiving subsidies anymore. It was easy to understand why the people were fighting back, angered by their low wages and cutbacks on rations to the lower crust. "What are we doing here, Red?" Stealth hissed over their private channel. "They said to get in, hit the target, and get out." "Remembering that I'm not the target, right?" Red replied, ignoring the question. "Just want to make sure." "Damn it, you saw that girl back there. You were just going to shoot her, too?" "I get the job done," Red growled. "Some teenager chick has my partner's rifle, I take her out. Man up, bro." The words irked Stealth to a whole new level, but as he was about to respond, a new direction showed up on his screen. They turned, the captain starting to shout at them through their comms that they were going the wrong way, and then, kaboom! As the floor disappeared beneath them, Stealth found himself reaching, arms flailing as he dropped his rifle and tried to catch hold of something, anything. He was falling,